Hi there, my name's Scott. I work at Marzocco. I'm really excited today. I have the privilege to introduce all of you to one of the people who I look up the most to at my job, one of the people who inspires me the most, and gives me what I think is some of the best direction of what La Marzocco is and who it should be and what I should be when I work. I met Roberto 2011 at a Marzocco event called Out of the Box. It was the first one. I did not know who Roberto was when I first met him. He had worked all night the night before on a machine, the Strada EP. It was the only one in existence, and that morning he had finished it with another one of the engineers, Paola. They finished working on it in the morning, threw it in the back of Roberto's car, and drove from Florence to Milan. And took it out, put it on a cart, and as it was rolling in, it was announced by Guido, here's the new Strada EP. And that amazing engineer, I spent a lot of time with over that event, getting to know, and I thought he was an engineer for La Marzocco. I was still not an employee of La Marzocco. I was hopefully going to become an employee of La Marzocco, but I wasn't one. So I didn't know who Roberto was. He was an engineer. So through that time, I've really gotten to know Roberto pretty well, including one of really the highlight of my professional career has been one day when I was at the factory about 2 years ago, where we were talking about our old factory. And it was a beautiful, clear winter day, and Roberto looked at me and said, "Scott, you've never been to the old factory? All right, we're skipping lunch." So we hop into his car, and we drive down to the old factory. And he takes me on a tour, showing me this is where the GS2 was designed. This is where the Linea Classic was designed. These were the offices. This is our history. And from that moment, I know that Roberto was one of the lifebloods of La Marzocco and somebody who I want to follow really through my career and learn as much as I could from. With that, at La Marzocco, Roberto's title is R&D and Plant Director. Roberto manages about 85 people in our production floor. He doesn't have a hierarchical structure. Instead, he has cells of people who take turns managing their groups. He also manages about 15 engineers and more people in purchasing and in our experimental department. With that, Roberto really is the technical heart and soul that drives La Marzocco. So that I'm really pleased to be able to hear Roberto talk and introduce him to you guys. Roberto Bianchi.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to everyone. By the way, we had lunch that day, I remember. We cannot stay without lunch, remember. At La Marzocco, we don't starve, and this is a real truth. So, I come from Italy, I come from the factory, and I want to stay here to talk a little bit about what we mean about cultivating collaboration in the factory and mainly in the development of our products. And then I show you also a new product that we are developing that perhaps you have heard about. I began to work at La Marzocco in June 2000, so it's been almost 16 years. And I was immediately amazed, impressed by two things, by the product for sure, but mainly about the persons, about the people there, people in Florence and people here that I met immediately. And that type of collaboration, of environment was there in 2000. So our job has been also to cultivate it and to go on day by day cultivate this type of collaboration. And it's not easy, because one of the hardest thing I have to learn is that when I would like to say no, I have to shut up and I have not to say no. Because doing this, people will come back again with ideas to us, because ideas for us are the food in designing things. We are humble. We don't think we are the designer of the machine and you are the user. We like to think that we design the machine together. Today I would like to show you many details, many examples that demonstrate that the machine are designed by the Marzocco people all together. So, few words about the standard R&D process at La Marzocco. So the first phase is the generation of new ideas, and in this phase the collaboration is fundamental. We've got mentors in La Marzocco. We have got Ken, we've got Joe, we've got Guido, we've got Piero and John and Tim, and all these people are giving us many ideas and inspiration for our product. But you will see that all of us, all of you will help, are helping on this product, on this process. Design and planning is strictly related to R&D people, so R&D people then have to do their job and try to bring the ideas in something that is a prototype. And this, for an engineer, is really a big satisfaction. When you see that from nothing, you can have something that you can touch, is one of the highest level of satisfaction. After this, we have to do all the testing and reliability testing, certification testing. Consider that we supply all over the world, so in almost 100 countries. So this is a major activity. Field test and pre-series, when we are not sure, but we want to test the equipment in the field, there is a huge help from you and from the branches and from all the customers and the resellers that are helping us so much to develop the product. This is the standard structure on R&D to give you an idea of what R&D is doing today, but is there, okay. So there is innovation and research, design new equipment, patent is a really big topic for us, hardware and software. Someone spoke before. We are having our electronics design. We've got all US engineers that are helping us in Italy to design everything. And on all our future projects, you will see our electronics. All the tests, catalogs, product improvement, and experimental team. From the idea point of view, so from the inputs and the feedback that we may have, I collected here all the people or departments that are interacting with us. And you can see, and there are many different types. And we are really happy about this. I'll show you some example. We are really happy about this because if we can, we are 130 people working in La Marzocco, Italy today, plus all the people in the branches. But if we can have ideas and help from 1 million people, we can have better ideas. So, and many more ideas. So we are really open to this. Some example, employees. We are beginning to do new project, asking all the employees at La Marzocco factory, not technical employees, there are also technical employees, but even not technical employees, what they think about the project, and they can say what they want, they can say also silly things, and from this we divided in 3, 4, 5 group of people, and we begin to create something that can be a project. I'm really happy to see in one of this group of people, Mr. Bambi, because for him, this type of approach is really new, but really new. So he participated, and it was really good for us. Branches and imported feedback. I could speak 2 hours about this. I mean, I can show you only a few examples, but I mean, speaking about Scott before, you see there the linear PB auto-brew ratio with scales. We designed the machine with all the scales, but he came out with the idea to incorporate the auto-brew ratio function. So he is on a patent of La Marzocco for this type of machine. To give you an idea of the link that we have with our colleagues through you. This is another example. I mean, on the first prototype of the Linea Mini, the positioning of the drain tray was not so good. But after a meeting and discussion with the US office, we were able not only to have the feedback, you have to improve, and this could be something, but also the help on how to improve. So that's why I say we designed the machine together. This is something new. It's a small detail, but it's the first time that La Marzocco is doing a document like this in a coffee machine from the factory, and also this idea comes from here. This is another small detail, but as many details, we can do really, really good product. On the first image, you can see the Linea Mini group, the first prototype, and then speaking with Ken, that always give us many inputs and inspiration. He said, why don't we put our binary ring? This ring is the portafilter insertion binary ring. This is an iconic design of La Marzocco. So please, let's do also on our lovely Linea Mini, or Mini Linea, like I like to call. R&D, now we call these things that it could be strange, contamination. Now, as R&D people, we don't want to go. I mean, we go, but we prefer to go to trade show, looking to other sector, to other industries, because we think that innovation can be contaminated by the other industry. Here you can see a few examples. That spring, that is a motorbike, I think, damping system, you will see in our new product that I'll show you in some minutes. Also, the lever to brake it will be incorporated in this product. I put the shark because we are working with a consulting innovation company that are working with skin of animals, but also with seeds, skin, and leaves. And from this, they take inspiration to create new material or new concept. And we are inspired by them. This is the Cool Touch wand that is present on the Strada EV that is there. Is a photograph with a thermal camera. As an engineer, we went to a supplier that doesn't work in the coffee industry. They work in the space industry, they work in the medical device, and you will see you can touch. This Cool Touch has got vacuum inside, and its work, I think, is the best in the industry now. But we went out of our business, or our network of supply to look for this. We were not able to do before. Other big helps are coming from the supplier. First prototype of the same group, casted prototype, stamped in this case, strictly co-designed with the supplier of La Marzocco. Another example on this, the engineer design, builds a prototype. The guy that builds the prototype are really expertise guys that were working the production of the coffee machine. We removed from them from this type of work some 3 years ago, and we created a department called Sperimentale, that is testing. And one of these guys found a position during the test, found a position for the temperature probe on the group of the Linea Mini that is fantastic. We improved the thermal stability of 5 times. We have at La Marzocco at the dinner, at the Christmas lunch, where we have all together the employees in the factory, a prize for the best ideas. And every year we give 1, 2, 3 prize to the people that help us so well. Here you can see the button box on the 3 button of the Linea PB. This was an idea of us we wanted to do, but working with people, in this case with an Australian guy, Matt Berger, we worked together to have from 3 buttons, 5 doses. And this, for us, now is a standard. You will see the 3 button solution on the Strada EV that is here, and perhaps you will see this solution on other new models. And then some other images where we go in the coffee shop to try and see how the barista use, because as an engineer, we have to learn how the machine are used. Some other example, the Linea Mini, first one, prototype had got the steam one on the left, and the production is on the right. Speaking with the barista, resellers, we had this idea. Inside the machine is completely different, so at the beginning it was difficult to change, but we did, and we did a better product. The O-ring, I'm not so proud of this, were the O-ring of the mechanical pedal. That is not perhaps our most reliable project, but one guy from a service company in New Zealand find a better O-ring, and we have been using this O-ring for a couple of years now on the pedal, and we have improved a lot the reliability of this. So all these things are really example of which is the level of collaboration that we have, and we are really proud and happy to have. This just to show you some thermal camera photograph of a cup tray. This is for the Italian market, because from the after sale we have to improve the temperature of the high temperature that in Italy we want of the cup in the cup tray. So the cup heater needs to work in a certain manner. This is something I'm really proud of. This is mainly a team that we call product improvement team, composed by one people from all the department of Marzocco, and the branches too, the US branches mainly. And these people meet every week, every Tuesday afternoon, and no matter what happens, they meet. There is 150 points, items, on which these people together are working to try to solve. There are inputs that are coming from after sales, from the branches, from the production. If the guys in the production is not able to assemble properly a machine, the input comes there and instruct from the quality control, and from the R&D itself, and from the supplier. And this group of people has worked a lot. You can see a draft to give you an idea. There are 412 points in 2 years, in 3 years approximately, that this group of people is working on. And this is only related to product that leave the factory. I'm not talking about new machine, new product, new grinder. Every box is followed by this group of people. I'm really, really proud of this. So, now I want to talk I would like to talk in the second part of my talk about a new product that La Marzocco is approaching to do. We have done a prototype, and I want you to, before I talk again, I wanted to show you a video where you can see the collaboration, let's say like this, of the team that has participated to the development of the idea and the prototype of this machine. This machine is called Curva. It will be a La Marzocco lever, new La Marzocco lever machine. So this has been a funny video to show you the people that has participated to the development. This guy at the end is the designer of the machine. So we also like to work with external designer that can help us to make design on new machine. And now I want to show you why we did, because every time we do something, the first thing we ask is why we want to do this. So this was a discussion and an input from Kent, and you can see easily on this rough drawing that before the lever machine, how the pressure was during the extraction. The second is the lever machine, approximately, let's say. Then after this, the rotary pump, the machine, so the on-off machine or volumetric machine. In 2009, we have done the Strada, and with the Strada, we wanted also to do machine, a profile that could accomplish a lever. But then we say, we would like to have a lever machine, because from when the rotary pump has been used, the quality of the coffee perhaps has been reduced, we think. So we wanted to come again to design a lever machine, but reducing or improving all the defects that the lever machine was. So we gave ourselves targets. The first one is the force. You know better than me how much force you need to use. And with this new idea and prototype and project, we have been able to cut the force in half. We have also been able to have the possibility, group by group, to adjust the group so that every group can have different way of using. You can set the pressure. You'll see later in some seconds. The ergonomics is really important, and more safety. Also, we have worked from a safety point of view. I didn't put an important thing, also the thermal stability, because we wanted to be more, if we can, we will be more stable than any other coffee machine la Marzocco. But before to arrive this is where we started. We didn't know much how to design a coffee machine. So there has been a long process of discussing with Ken, with John, and with Piero in the factory to understand the technology, to understand how the coffee would have been extracted from the lever machine. We did assemble our whole Marzocco group. We went to look for other solution. At the end, this is what it's happening now. So we modify a Marzocco group with a piston and a lever. We are going to approach the water like this. So the water will go up in that upper chamber, and then with a really smooth movement, the water can go in the coffee cake. And the water itself is helping with its pressure to reduce the force of the lever. Here you can see perhaps better what is happening during the extraction of the coffee, the pressure and the time during the extraction. On the first left one, you can see a standard way of using the lever machine, our new lever machine. On the second one, you can see that the cylindrical part, that is a spring, it will be painted, it will be left in so the customer can see. And setting, you can set the group adjusting that spring like a motorbike setting damping system, and every group can have a different curve for a different extraction. The third and the fourth are different way of doing a longer beverage, and you can choose which type of average pressure you may have during the extraction. This is everything related to the group. Then, as you have seen in the video, we have designed the machine as we took as iconic La Marzocco point, one of the iconic points, the dual boiler technology. And we start from this. We had a first rough idea working with this guy, Dutch designer called Paul Skilperod. We liked so much his ideas. of, and you can see clearly the dual boiler on the side. From this, we arrived to build a prototype that we show in October. We have shown in out of the box in October in Milan, and this is a working prototype of a lever machine. We had the prototype there. We spoke with many people, interviewing, making questions, because we knew that this was the first one, but we wanted to have from all of us inside La Marzocco and from all the people that has participated to this important event, suggestion and improvement that we could have done. The two pictures that you can see now are the first one, the prototype that we have presented in Milan. The second one is not a prototype yet, but it will be soon. And I'm interested to show you which are the people that are the suggestion that as we have taken into consideration to start from the right, to pass from the right to the left one. So the height of the machine was too high, so all the people said this, and we are redesigning the machine to reduce the height. Discussing with purchasing department that has got a really good aesthetic point of view, we thought that the design of the aesthetic of that mechanical level group needs to be refreshed, and it will be done. We have worked a lot on the ergonomics on the lever. I've got a photograph that you will understand better. From the sales, they've asked us a bigger number of cups because the prototype didn't have enough from their point of view. And from the service, obviously, we have talked about accessibility to the side to get in and not to become mad, to disassemble all the components that are inside the machine. Even here, the Sperimentale found some solution to help and improve thermal stability. This is roughly some attempt of doing the lever, because we want to have the lever ergonomics, so that when you move the lever down, the hands could be able to rotate while the lever is going down. The yellow one is a brake, and we did some attempts of brake. The right one is an attempt using a bicycle brake. We will not use this in production because we found another really good solution, that is this. So the lever will be with all cylindrical part that can rotate, and the brake will rotate itself. So we think it will be really smooth for the people to use. This is where we want to put the thermal probes, so that the group, the goal, we have to finish, but is to have a really higher stability than a Strada, than a Linea PB, than any of La Marzocco machine. Also from an ergonomic point of view, working with the steam wands, we decided to align the lever to the wands, so that left-handed people and right-handed people can use both symmetrically, both sides of the machine. So this is where we are now. I hope you can see, if you like, if you're interested, a prototype soon here in the US. And I would like to finish saying these things. As you have seen, we are really keen and really open to accept any ideas that we can. But at the end, our challenge is not to do compromises, because we have to remember that if you want it black, if you want it, and someone want it white, we don't have to do gray. So we have to be careful about this. This is our responsibility at the end to take decision. But in this manner, we think that really we design machine together. So we are not the only one that design machine, but all of us can help in designing the product, and because all of us are La Marzocco. Thank you very much.
Hey there, so we will be taking questions for Roberto.
Can you tell us about any examples of any projects like what you just showed that never actually made it to production?
Ah, it's a good question. Well, last year, perhaps you have seen even on the web, we have designed a machine that we have called Stradina. That machine had a design made from an outside designer, and we did a prototype. We brought a prototype, working prototype, to the Rimini trade show, the WC. And then this project didn't go and is not going in production. And there are reasons why, obviously. The engineers that did were not, the happiest people in the world, but even when you do research, it's not said that everything that you try and can go in production. This one we decided not to do because we didn't feel this design was properly our design, so La Marzocco design. The machine was difficult to build, and so we decided to move on.
Do you ride a Moto Guzzi?
No, but this has been inspired by a Ducati. I speak a little bit about design, because this is a good thing that is happening. All the La Marzocco machine has been designed by the Bambi family, before by Giuseppe, and from the linea from Mr. Piero Bambi. And the Stradina is an example. We were looking around because obviously I love Piero, we all love Piero, and we wanted to see how to do something else for the future. At the same time, we have hired a mechanical engineer that has begun to do mechanical things. But every Friday evening, he was bringing to my desk some design of something. every week, grinders, machine, tables, and chairs. So after 20 times, perhaps we thought, it could be that we have got a young designer there. Now this guy work with Piero, and Piero loves each other. He's able to transmit all his passion. It's difficult to transmit La Marzocco design. I don't know if it's the best or of the worst, but it's important that it's unique, and you can see a linea everywhere in every movie, and you know that it's La Marzocco. I cannot translate how to do, but this guy with Piero are doing in the right path. So that's why we say, okay, we don't do the Stradina, let's do new things. And also from a customization point of view, many things will happen, I hope.
Hi, Mr. Bianchi. It's an honor to be able to address you. I'm
Well-
right in the back corner here.
Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm particularly interested in the curva because I started my career aligning myself with lever espresso machines. So I'm very excited to see this project. My question is this. Will the curva, are there any plans to develop the curva to suit different configurations, like 1 group, 3 group, gas burner or no gas burner, different wattages, different voltages?
Yes, different voltages for sure. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 group for sure. Gas, for how we build the machine, I don't know. I don't think it's in the plan. Yes, but for sure we will love we will love if you can try, because now we are not finished, because we don't think we know everything about how to use the lever machine. So I would like to do some prototype and have people use. In Italy, for example, the only place, pretty much the only place where they use the lever machine is Naples, and we will love to have people from Naples using this machine, to have their feedback, and also, if possible, from here.
Do you look to for engineering and design ideas? Do you look to other industries like the car industry or other products in Italy or U.S.?
Yes, speaking about contamination, as I told you, we go we go to trade shows that are not a not only to this one, but we prefer to go to different trade shows. This guy, our guy, Stefano Della Pietra is his name, that is designing things, just went with Guido to the Ginevra Car Expo. And he's working also, it's really inspired by car. And so he's got many sketches. Too many for me, because then you have to choose. But also from a customization point of view, if we find, we have to think a little bit more, but if we find some platform frame of our machine that can be not always the same, we can do good things in customizing a machine that can be unique for a roaster or for a customer. We are moving a little bit in this direction too.
You'll forgive me, I've spent my entire coffee career working on rotary pump machines, so I'm not sure. I've always been told by other people that lever machines are an idea whose time had passed, and it was that you could create a really good espresso on them, but you couldn't do it reliably. And so I'm wondering what made you decide to revisit the idea of a lever machine in the first place?
One of the reasons, I think, the thermal stability of the lever machine, because the one that I tested can have 10 degrees, 5 degrees Celsius of difference. So one of the goals here, and it has not been easy with this big mass of piston going up and down, to have a good thermal stability. This is one of the reasons, I think.
What's Marzocco doing about grinding?
Oh, let me give you the microphone for this one, Ken. Never mind.
This is, I have to answer, Kent.
Any other questions from
No,
the...
no, I will answer. I will answer because it's a topic that we speak every day, almost every day with Ken. We have bought equipment to test the coarseness of the grinder. We are working with the university, one of the university of Agraria. How can I translate Agraria? Agriculture University in Florence. Because we think that the grinder is let me think which words to use, but we really think that the grinder technology is important and will be always more important for us. So, and we want to be a complete coffee manufacturer. I mean, we are working on the water. To improve the quality of the water, to have equipment that can help people to have a constant quality of the water in the unit of the machine. We are a coffee machine manufacturer, and we can say that we really like, and we are putting many effort on this type of technology, on the grinders.
Roberto, thank you.
I hope master people is not here anymore.
Roberto, I think with that, we are going to wrap up our time with you. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
You're welcome.